Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You guys have to be proud of me. I've been active. I'm planning on filming once a week and so far I'm on schedule. Anyway, today I'm using a bunch of new products. Actually, I just finished my glam, so you can imagine how my table looks, but I used a bunch of new products from mcgrath, Lorac. I used my contour palette. Yeah, so stay tuned, check it out. So I'm gonna use some new products today. I have a bunch of different things in front of me. I have the new mcgrath concealers, which I got in the mail today. I have the new Lorac primers, the Lorac new, let's see, soft focus longwear foundation. I hope I picked the right color. What else? Yeah, we got a bunch of different things. I got a new palette from mcgrath as well. Some new lashes. Whoop, dropped something. I got a new palette from Natasha Denona, face palette. Anyway, let's get started. I'm gonna do my eyes first today because I don't know what I'm doing with my eyes yet. So I'm using the P. Louise base. This is what I always use underneath. I use either that or I'll use the MAC paint pot, but lately I've been using this. So I'm just gonna apply it with a blending brush. I have this habit of applying everything on my hand. When I was a makeup artist for years and years, I would always try to use like those little cute palettes, and then I would end up putting everything on my hand first. So, gosh, at the end of every client, I looked like a disaster. So, just blending this out with a big, I don't even know what kind of brush this is, but okay, so you want to make sure you have a nice, smooth base. Got some hair there. All right, let's get started with eyeshadow. So I'm going to use this light nude color in the mcgrath palette. And I'm going to create a crease. This is, wow, crazy pigmented, and there is like no fallout. This is so nice. Wow. It's formula. So when the formula is good and there isn't a lot of fallout and it's easy to blend, it just makes life so much easier. Even out the other side. So I'm just applying this in a light tapping motion, just kind of blending as I go. So instead of like applying a bunch of pigment and then trying to blend it, I'm actually just blending the product as I'm applying, because that's just gonna make it faster. And I'm gonna pick up a smaller brush, a smaller blending brush, something maybe a little bit more tapered. And I'm gonna grab this brown and I'm gonna apply that brown color a little bit lower on the crease area. And I'm just gonna go all around here. I don't know what kind of look I'm doing, but I'm doing something. I'm loving this palette though, so I want to use up all the colors. Let's see if we can do that. So I'm pressing this in, add a little bit more on this side, and I'm going to blend out with that color we used. I'm going to again grab some of this primer and just apply it on the lid. So I'm pretty much like blending the base into the crease. So you don't want to do like a chunky base and then do a shimmer over it and then it looks all uneven. So I'm just kind of like spreading the base into my eyeshadow, and if you need to, you can like kind of go in with your finger just to make sure it's blended out nicely. And now once you're ready, you can apply your colors. So I'm thinking of playing with these two colors right here. So let's see how thinking if I'll be too pink if I use pink, but it's just so pretty. Okay, let's do the pink. Ooh. Wow, look at the pigment. Thinking if we can do pink on the outer edges and then flip my brush over and use this taupe shimmer on the inner so it's not like too much going on. And then I can pick like a small clean brush and just blend that out. Pretty. I would grab some of this brown color. So this is the color, this is the brush I used, and just kind of lightly go over the edges here. And if you ever need to, you can always grab the brush that you used for your original crease and just kind of blend that out. So I'm gonna apply some brown eyeliner. So I'm just using a pencil. I'm not doing like a crazy wing liner or anything. I just wanna apply some right on the lid. So this is the shade, I think Bountiful Brown. No, I'm sorry, Bittersweet. It's the Pro Longwear eyeliner from MAC. And I'm also gonna apply this on my waterline too. So I'm going to prime my skin. I already put moisturizer on before I came. I wanna use these two new ones from Lorac. So trying to figure out which one is what, because one of them says it's a mattifying primer, but I want to know if the mattifying primer will also close up my pores. So this is the matte primer. I would probably be able to tell from the texture if it would close up. Yes, so basically from the texture, it looks like it's like clear, and you can tell that it will definitely close up the pores. Although I don't think it says that it will, but maybe that just, yeah, infused with salicylic acid to help skin appear healthy, youthful, and radiant. So it does not say if it fills up the pores. Pro benefits: optimal slip for a smooth application, visibly smooths uneven skin texture. So I'm guessing it will close up the pores. The primers that are used for like closing up the pores have, it's kind of like a little heavy, so I don't like to use it on the forehead area because I get oily in my T-zone. So we're just gonna stick to that one. Now this other primer is a glass skin primer. I'll use this next time for a more like glowy skin tutorial. Anyway, let's move on to foundation. So I'm using the Lorac Pro new foundation. It's very liquidy, so let's see how it goes on the skin. Soft Focus Longwear Foundation. This is shade Medium 8. I just randomly grabbed one before I came to my studio, so I don't know if I grabbed the right color anyway. Oh, it's going on very smooth actually. So the color seems like it's oxidizing a bit, because it seemed lighter when I first put it on. So I'm gonna blend this out with a beauty blender. See how it looks, but I think I'm gonna have to mix something with it. Yeah, definitely got darker. So make sure once you buy this foundation, you go maybe like 1 shade lighter. This happens to a lot of foundations, so it's definitely not like an issue. Most foundations oxidize like 1 shade or a half shade. So I'm just putting it all over, so whatever I go over it with, I get like a nice even coverage. So I'm gonna go over this with another foundation. I actually did a pretty light layer because it actually spreads out very nicely, so it's easy to spread out. I didn't put too much. I'm gonna go over it with the Vanish foundation from Hourglass. This is the shade Shell. So this is a pretty light shade. It should be able to balance this out. So I'm gonna use my light trio for contouring and highlighting. My packaging is like so tight. It's kind of hard to open in the beginning. There we go. All right. So here is the light palette. I'm gonna see if I might need to mix medium, but I don't think so. I feel like my foundation is a little darker than usual today, but we'll see. So I'm gonna grab the contour shade with a concealer brush, and I'm just gonna apply that right on the cheekbone and a little bit on the jawline. And I like to just blend this out right away, to be honest. I mean, you can map it all out and then do it, but I feel like it's so much easier that way when you just apply it and blend. It should take like a few seconds because it's very creamy, so you don't have to like wait around. Let's do the other side. And I'm blending this out with the Fenty brush. This is their foundation brush. So this wig kind of closed up my forehead today. Usually, well, my forehead is bigger than this, but we kind of covered the hairline. So I'm just gonna contour the sides of my forehead today, just to make it look more narrow. But I'm not gonna contour the top part because I don't wanna make it look even smaller. So I'm just gonna give some shadow to the sides. I'm gonna use the Pat McGrath concealer. This is shade LM10. So I'm applying that to the circles, and there's also this cute little concealer brush, and it's so cute because it's like tapered. This is actually really nice to get these little corners. Like, I would buy this brush just for that, honestly, because it's hard to find something that you can use for these inner corners. I love it. Also, Going down a little bit around the nose area. Okay, I think I'm obsessed with this concealer already. I mean, I haven't set it or anything, but I can tell from the texture that I love it. Because I didn't even apply too much, I got really good coverage. So after concealing, I'm gonna apply my highlight cream. Actually, I can just use the same brush. And I'm gonna apply that on the side of my nose. You wanna just apply this anywhere you want a bit of a highlight. And let's get this nice too. All right, let's blend this with a beauty blender. It's gonna give a nice brightness to the under eyes, to the sides of the nose. And it's super creamy, so it blends well with any other cream or liquid product. So nose is looking thinner. Definitely the highlight on the side helps. If you feel like you might need a little more, you can just dab over with a beauty blender and then blend it out. So before we go on, I'm gonna apply some of the glow on the highlight area. So I'm just gonna use a highlight brush for this. And I'm just gonna dip it in. I love how I went like that. Forgot it was a cream for a second. And I'm just gonna apply this right here. So this cream is just gonna melt into the other creams. Probably best to like push it in. That way you're safe. That'll really blend into each other. I'm gonna apply some to the center of the nose as well. And before I set, I'm gonna go over everything with a beauty blender just to make sure everything's nice and blended. So now I'm gonna set my under eyes with the Pat McGrath blurring under eye powder. So let's see how this works. Never used it before, first time. This seems really white. And this one is the next color up, it seems. So maybe I'll mix light and medium just to be safe. We can try one side with a beauty blender. Let's see, mix both of them up. So let's do one side with a beauty blender, see how that works. Pretty. I think I made the under eye too dark. I'm gonna go over it with the light a little bit. Yeah, give it a little brightness. So maybe it is best to go one color up. Okay, now it looks perfect. I actually like it with a beauty blender, so I'll do both sides with the beauty blender. It also adds a little bit coverage too, which I like. I'm gonna, again, go over it with the white. Especially like doing that on the sides because it makes the nose look so much thinner. And it's also a very powdery formula, which is good because if it wasn't powdery, it wouldn't be nice for the under eye. Okay. So I'm gonna use the Kat Von D Beauty blush. This is the shade Honeysuckle. So I'm gonna apply it first. Let's see how it looks. It's a little bit peach. Oh, pretty. Love that. Just applying to the apples of the cheeks. My skin feels so smooth from the primer and the Lorac foundation. By the way, the Lorac foundation seems like it has a blurring effect inside it as well. So that's why it goes on so thin. Feels like it just blurs everything. So I put the blurring primer as well as that, so my skin just looks so smooth right now. Pretty. So, if we want more of a dramatic bronzer, contour, we can go over it with a bronzer. I feel like it's good enough for me. I'm actually gonna go use this Laura Mercier highlighter Sensation as a bronzer. So I'm just gonna see how this looks if I lightly go over my contour on my cheeks with it. So I'll give a little bit of a shine and I'll warm it up too. So I like to do my cream contour a little bit more neutral, not so warm, and then I like to warm it up with a powder. So this looks really good actually. Put some here, go over that lightly, and I wouldn't put this shiny bronzer on the nose, but I do like it on the cheeks a lot. So I'm gonna go over my glow with a powder highlighter. Now you don't have to go over it because you can already see the glow on the skin because we applied the glow before setting. So it kind of just shines from underneath. So I'm gonna go over the cream glow with this powder glow from Natasha Denona. And I'm gonna grab a highlight brush. So I'm gonna grab this shimmery highlight and let's see how that looks. Pretty. I don't like when the highlight has like big particles in there, so I like that this is more on the pearly side, so it just has like a nice glow, but it doesn't have like that chunky glitter glow, which I hate. Hate that chunky glitter glow. So I went ahead and applied the lashes. I used the Malala Glam lashes in, let's see, I think it was Fabulous, in Fabulous. And I'm gonna go over like the bottom part of my eyeshadow with this pink color from the Pat McGrath palette that I used on top. And I'm just gonna apply that right in the inner corners, and I think it just looks so good. Just kind of pushing that product in. I went over my lash line with the brown eyeliner as well, because I just wanted to hold like brown, mauve, rose gold vibe. So I'm gonna try out the new lipsticks from the House Laboratories. So this is the lip crayon. So this shade looks pretty. Let's see how this one is. Okay, so this is more on the mauve side. I'm gonna try this shade, which is Dust, shade Dust. Let's see how that looks all over the lip. So you can just kind of twist it up. And I'm kind of using this as a lip liner as well. I'm gonna outline a bit with this darker shade, which is Talk Dirty. I'm just gonna give kind of like a little shadow. These lipsticks are so creamy, wow. Yeah, these are a must-have, definitely. It is so creamy and it goes on so smooth. It doesn't like blotch on your lip line. It goes on like a smooth, smooth line. You literally don't even need lip liner. That's how smooth and pigmented it goes on, and it's like sharp. What is this? I feel like there's something here, but I can't figure it out. But anyway, it's nice and sharp too, so you can use it for a lip liner and lipstick. So I went over the lipstick with the Natasha Denona lip gloss. It's like this really pretty nude shimmer. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I tried to be as detailed as possible. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and I'll make sure to answer. And don't forget to subscribe. Mwah.